Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Buffalo Picker. This is my 17th episode for the night. And I have two special guests. I have Kelly Hustle, I'm sorry about that. Kelly Hustle and the Thrifting Goomba. They're joining me tonight on my episode 17, and also my regular guest,
our name Glass City Pickers. That's okay. That's our name, Glass City Pickers. That's
man.
No problem.
Hey, it's been a long day, man. I'm sorry.
And his name Buffalo Picker. That is his name.
Case.
Yeah. Hey, it's been a long day, man. My apologies.
Sniffing all that out for Breeze.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I've been hustling today, man. Been a long day. So for everyone in the audience, I'm Buffalo Picker. I've been a reseller a little over 2.5 years, basically going on 3 years. And I am a full-time federal employee, and I'm also retired military of 20 years. I'm going to go ahead and turn the panel over so that they can introduce themselves.
Glass City Pickers, Chris and Tanya.
I'm a full-time nurse. I work for the federal government too. And lately it's been full-time reseller.
Correct. And I'm staying home full-time, everything. Husband, lover, friend, everything you want to be.
This is not the dating game.
The CEO, everything. I'm the whole 9 yards. You heard me? So that's what the Glass City Pickers right here. So I'm gonna let you other
yes, sir.
Do your thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Calvin.
Yep. My name is Calvin. YouTube, all social media, the Kelly Hustle. Pretty much I've been a reseller for a little over a year now, a year and a half. I just went full time about 2 months ago. Partly because my wife, she works for UPS. She's a driver now, so she make a lot more money. So she gave me the option. So I took that option instead of going to work every day. I get to go resell every day. So, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, my whole thing for being on YouTube and, just any other social media platform is just to, kind of motivate people who came from where I come from and kind of grew up, with no other avenues, aside from just going to school. So I'm just trying to show folks that there's another way out here to get money, if you don't necessarily go that school route. So that's my main purpose. But yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Plus reselling's fun as hell. So
yep, that's right.
Get on that, brother.
Yeah, I'm Michael Thrifting Goomba. I've been doing really more serious reselling for June will be about 2 years. Started getting into Amazon last year. I do this, as part-time right now. I do have a regular, full-time job. Typically I will travel a good amount with that job, but with the slowdown, we've had to, stop all that traveling and everything. So if things open up more, I'll probably start traveling again, which isn't that bad. It gives me the opportunity to go ahead and source in some other places that I wouldn't normally get to source. Now, obviously, I can't bring as much home and I can't buy as big stuff, but, I look for smaller stuff that I could fit in my suitcase, or if I'm driving, I just, throw it all in the back of the car and everything. And, trying to go ahead and get to the point to where reality, getting to the point to where I can retire from full-time work and everything and figure out what to do, either be able to retire and do this to, pay for, benefits and stuff like that, or, kick it into full gear and keep going.
Right. Let me give a shout out to the chat room. I want to give a shout out to Lone Star Picker. Definitely got to get you on the show, man. Been communicating a lot. Appreciate your support. Aaron, thank you for coming out. Cajun Roots, thank you for coming out. What else we got in here?
Land Shark. Every day I'm hustling. Nikki
Pittsburgh. Appreciate it, Anthony. Thank you for coming out.
Yes, sir.
Nikki T, where Ray up at? Bring Ray up into the show.
Yes,
Flipping Particles. Hey, appreciate you coming out, D.
Clay's
Thank you for the
Closet.
continuous
What's up,
support. Clay's Closet. Appreciate you coming through, man. So tonight our talking point is basically what tools you use as a reseller. Actually, one talking point for tonight is what tools that you use as a reseller to make you more efficient at doing the reselling business. And also, we're going to do a question and answer for people in the chat that have questions about Amazon, eBay, how you get started. Basically, if you want to talk about going full-time reseller, we have a full-time reseller in the room on the panel, so you can refer all those questions to Kelly Hustle. And,
sir.
Any question you got about reselling, just pose it into the chat. Don't be afraid. If you're in the shadows listening to this show, just come on out and introduce yourself. And maybe you have a question that you can pose, and we can kind of give you a solution to it. So, so the first, let's get into the talking point, and also we're going to discuss things that we accomplished this week as a reseller. So the talking point is what tools that you use, and this is for anybody in the panel. You can start off, and then I'll just finish it up. What tools that you use as a reseller to make you more efficient at your job?
Well, I would say, for me, I mean, I look at it breaking down into a couple different pieces, right? Because it's not just the reselling part; it's also the accounting and knowing what's going on in the other piece over there. So I go a little bit more primitive, and I create my own, Excel spreadsheet where I can, drop in what my cost is. I drop in what my list price is that I'm going to try and sell it at, and it'll calculate fees for me. And then when it sells, I can put in, my shipping and everything and get a better idea of what my profits are, from that standpoint of keeping that part, and then the other thing is for me to be efficient, I like using, when I'm out somewhere, the eBay app and the Amazon seller app to help me be efficient and making good decisions on, making sure that I make the right choice on whether to buy a product or walk away from it, without, having a little more ammunition, to make a good decision rather than just going, well, I think this will sell. Yeah, the packaging looks nice. Let me go ahead and throw it in the wagon. You throw 50 of them in the wagon because they were sitting there, and you realize, you're going to be sitting, you 50 of them is, 50 years worth because they only sell one a year from that standpoint.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. For me, I'm pretty much straightforward. So I only sell on eBay. I just recently signed up for Macari and Depop and Grail and all that stuff. But eBay right now is just so busy, especially, transitioning into full time. You're kind of putting in so much work and you got so much momentum that I'm not trying to break that momentum right now. So I'm just going kind of full steam ahead with eBay. But I mean, kind of like Michael said, I keep it simple. eBay app and Google. I can pretty much get all my comps while I'm out and about, and that kind of helps me, as far as if I don't know something, I'll look at that real quick and I kind of know. Another good thing with the eBay app, a lot of these bigger resellers and YouTubers, I mean, they put their stores in their links and their descriptions. So I'm constantly going on their stores and I'm looking at their solds and I'm checking out what they're selling. Because if I don't know something and if I see something they're selling, I know I'm going to go out there and I'm going to see something similar or the exact same. And that helps me streamline my sourcing, and that helps me grab something and keep it moving. So, I mean, I just keep it simple. eBay, Google, and then obviously watching as many videos as I can, just to kind of get an idea of what's selling out there. Because especially when you're going to garage sales, you don't want to I do it now and I'm not as uncomfortable, but when I first started going to garage sales, I was kind of hesitant on looking stuff up because I didn't want them to think like, oh, he's looking prices up. We're gonna try to get him. We're not gonna cut him a deal. So I'm like, So now, whenever I can, I'll look something up. But for the most part, just by studying, I kind of have an idea what's out there. So again, if you could just do anything and keep it simple, eBay app, you always got Google, and then just check what other people are selling, because obviously is doing something good for them. So the easiest way to success is to kind of duplicate somebody else who's already successful.
Right.
Well, I guess for the Glass City pickers, we just call Buffalo picker. Buffalo. That's all we gotta do. We got a big bruh that makes sure we in the game. But all BS aside, I guess what you think?
eBay, Amazon app, the Walmart app.
Yeah.
Just scanning that little scan, that little camera. We love it.
That little bomb.
Pretty much I agree with both of you guys. That's what we use when we're out and about. Keepa, sometimes we use that. I do have my estatesales.net that we use for trying to find. And lately we've been looking at the auctions on those because can't go anywhere, but now they're opening up. So couldn't go anywhere. So high bid, things like that, but pretty much simple, like you said. eBay app, Amazon app, and a few others, like I said, the estatesales.net, the Keepa.
It's some things out there, some tools out there that you can use. But like you said, Kelly Hustle, you say you want to keep it basic. You know what I'm saying? You study it on one platform, and that's a blessing right there because you focus on one thing. When you got a few things you dip it into, you got to have numerous of things to try to, I guess, help your business so you can stay focused on keep the business going and growing. When you stand on Amazon and stuff, when you can't sell stuff on Amazon, you definitely have to figure out, can I sell this on eBay? Because like Goomba said, you don't want to be caught up buying 50 things and you can't sell them. So you got to have those tools in your pocket to be able to basically ride in this business. If you're going to ride in this business, you got to have the tools to be able to do it. So it's a lot of tools out there for you,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can just I concur with what everybody said on this platform. Goomba basically is talking about the spreadsheet. If you run in a eBay account, you're gonna doom yourself once you get past 100 listings and you don't have some type of spreadsheet to keep up with your profits and your profit margins. With Kelly Hustle was saying, I mean, you definitely have to, one, know the platform that you're selling on, know that when you're going out there to buy some items that you're making an informed decision before you buy those items and not just buying them because you think it's a good sale. Because at the end of the day, like he said, you could buy 50 items and 6 months later, you're still sitting on 49 of them because you didn't do your homework. And like Chris and Tanya saying, I mean, you definitely need tools, especially if more so if you're selling on Amazon, you're gonna need tools. You're gonna need the Keeper app. You're gonna need Camel. I use the Amazon resellers app, and I use Scoutify 2 app when I'm out in the stores because sometimes the Scoutify give you a little. You got more tools at your hand when you're in those stores to make a more informed decision on products, more so than the Amazon app. I mean, if you open up the Amazon app gonna give you real time what the numbers are at Amazon at that time. But if you got the Scoutify 2 app, you got access to somebody dropped off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. GCP.
Okay, hopefully they'll be right back. You got access to the the Kiefer app and the Camel app right there at your hand. Another tool that I'll use, especially more so for Amazon, is the Dymo printer. If you printing out labels, shipping labels, I mean, this right here is going to help you with your cost, your overhead costs when it comes to paper and ink. Because for one, it doesn't require any ink to be purchased, so that's a great tool to have once you get more advanced and you can put your money into and I'm just basically speaking to Amazon sellers out here. If you're on the Amazon train, you definitely want to invest into your Dymo printer. You want to invest in your scanner. Now a scanner, whether you on Amazon or eBay, I have a scanner attached to my phone, and I get credit what credit due. I'm gonna cite people that I learned that from, and Reseller was one of the sellers that I learned that technique from. So, and I use it. I take great advantage of that technique when I'm out in the stores, because it's very helpful to be able to pop barcode. Oh, just a second. Y'all back, man? Okay, yeah. So it's very helpful to be able to quickly pop a barcode and keep it moving, especially if you're dealing with books or any type of media. Because at one time I was heavily into books, and I was heavily into CDs and DVDs, and that scanner, man, I could scan probably about 100 items to somebody that just basically using a regular scanner on their phone.
Yeah,
probably 100 to 10 items at a time, in comparison. So that's an extra tool that you want to invest in if that's what you do. If you're into the book game and the DVD game and the CD game, you definitely want to get that scanner. I mean, but I use it for anything. If I just want to go into a toy section and just, not a clearance area, but just in the toy section, I just want to just do the quick scan. I put that scanner, attach it to my phone, and I just go down the aisle, just popping codes until I hear a beep. And that's the other thing that's different from just your regular app on your phone, is you can set it up on your phone is that as soon as you hear that beep is giving you the charm to tell you whether or not it's a good buy or a bad buy based off of, the settings that you set up in there. And you don't even really have to look down your phone. You just put your earphones in and listen out for the sound.
Did you say Scoutly? Which one do you use?
Scoutify.
Oh, Scoutify 2.
Scoutify, okay.
Yeah, it's a basically a app that you get from Inventory Lab. If you use Inventory Lab, you can get the Scoutify. They just throw that in there, a part of your monthly premium. And I use that. Those are some of the tools I use. I use Inventory Lab. I don't list the old way, like most new resellers come in on Amazon, they go in and they create their shipping through the Amazon platform. I use Inventory Lab, and most of the I won't say top sellers, but most advanced sellers are really crossing over into the Inventory Lab to do their listings.
Yeah.
Now, as far as eBay goes, and when I do my show, I try to balance it, talk a little bit more about eBay, because I know a lot of the listeners out here are selling on eBay. And basically on eBay, I use the of course, the eBay scanner app, sellers app. And I do have the spreadsheet like Goomba mentioned. And that's basically all I use. And like Kelly Hustle, I go out and I do my research. I listen to other sellers and what they find, and kind of teach me about different niche inside of eBay, because you can't know it all. I'm good at, Barbies. Anything you pretty much need to know about Barbies, I'm pretty straight on that, because once I figure out that was my niche, I start studying those things and figuring out which are the ones that sell for a great profit. So if you want to talk to me about Barbies, we can talk about that all day. But you want to talk to me about carburetors and parts that you can sell off of cars, I'm totally lost.
Yeah.
You can talk to me.
Yeah.
You can talk to her about carburetors. She'll tell you a carburetor, whatever you tell you, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But no, like Buffalo said, man, like it's you know, it's so many different things, man, you can use. He done blessed us with a whole lot of different things that we do use. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be slipping on using a lot of them because there's so many of them. You know what I mean? And sometimes we don't want to get ahead of ourselves either and mess up some things that we already got going on pretty good. You know, so but we try to put them in there, slide them in there here and there just to see how they work for us. And some of them have opened up our eyes and opened up some doors for us to where we move it a little bit better with how we going out here searching and scanning stuff and different things like that, and how we listing it on our eBay store too as well. So it's like it's a lot of tools out here, man. You just got to be willing to go ahead and use them. That's all.
Yeah. I hear a lot of. Also, oops, sorry.
Go ahead, Goomba.
I was going to say, efficiency also is having a plan, right? Having a plan when you're going to go. When you leave your house, not just go. Well, I could go here, I could go there, I could, have a plan, have a route that you want to travel, map it all out and say, okay, hey, here's how I'm going to do this way. And, because think about it, you really got to maximize your time to be able to get out there and get the product so you have enough time to get back and do everything you have to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't want to waste time because, you may find a deal somewhere and I mean, like where we are, Buffalo, it's just, unfortunately, though we would want to believe it, it's not just me and you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, I don't have the north side, you don't have the south side, right? I mean, right, so it's like when you need a plan, because if you see something, you're not the only person. So when you leave your store, and if you got to go, hit it, get to the next one, go hit it, get to the next one. So you need a plan. Don't leave the house with just all willy-nilly saying, okay, I think today's a good day to go sourcing.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened to us today. Something happened to us today. Since the stores have opened up all week, since they opened back up, it's been lines wrapped around the corner. So she worked full time. So when she get off, it's like it's almost 3:30, 4 o'clock. So we're not really getting to where these stores that just opened back up, we're not able to hit them like we want to hit them. So today we slid in on a couple of them today. And today it was a gorgeous day. I can honestly say the plan was go get some stuff done for me and hit these stores that we've been missing. It was early enough. We did not, we would walk right in, all of them. There's no way. But when we got out, when we left them, they was wrapping around the block. You know what I'm saying? And they said, we know who got all the money. And I just looked at them and kept it pushing. You dig what I'm saying? I said, now y'all go in there and get whatever y'all gonna get. Because a lot of times, this is my 2 cents. I don't believe everybody is looking for what we looking for. You dig what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is they're not looking for what we're looking for. A lot of people that's going in them stores are not trying to resell nothing. So if you look at that as that's a win for us right there, because y'all going in here to buy for yourself. We going in here.
Well, you're saying that because the stores have been open for like 4 days now.
Yeah.
And we've been driving by, and because I work every day, we've been seeing the line wrapped around the building, and we were like, today we were like,
and it's been raining,
nothing in
there. It's been raining and everything, but
and
we just said, when we seen your video, Buffalo, and like she said, them stores were wrapped around the corner, and we seen your Instagram post before you hit the other one to hit the spot. We seen your Instagram post. I said, baby, we need to go and see if we could go. So we ride down the street. It wasn't a line at first. We turned back around and jetted up in there. And what we do?
Walked out with bags and bags.
Bags and bags. So it's like
Nana's arms were tied down.
Yeah. And it's just it depends on, like you said, what we're going to look for and have your plan to make something happen. And today our plan was to make something happen.
Yeah. The store I went in today, Burlington, this particular location, this was their first day reopening. And most of the Burlingtons in this metro Atlanta area is already reopening, except for this one, because I found out that they was having problems finding enough employees to come back to work. And so my intentions was just like Goomba said, you got to have a plan. my plan was to get up early this morning and get over there and be at least the 10th person in line so that I didn't have to wait on the first wave. End up being the first person in line. And I'm like, I'm sitting there just ready to go, and and the lady, when I was checking out, she was like, "You just not leaving? You was the first one here." I was like, "Yeah." But I mean, she was like, you got a lot of stuff, and just like Chris said, is you got a lot of people that was in that store today, basically looking for stuff for personal use.
Yeah,
I was in there looking for stuff to resell, and I was finding I was sometimes find myself the only person in certain aisles just scanning. And two, another thing, and I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced this as resellers, is I went to Burlington to get toys. That was my main focus, was to go in there, find the toys, be the first one in the toy section. I get in there. These guys probably had maybe 4 good toys. I had to end up getting mostly like 1,000 piece puzzles because they didn't have a lot of toys. They had toys that, you can't sell on eBay, Amazon, gonna make money from. So right there and then I had to refocus, put my reseller hat back on, get out of the shadows of I came here to get toys, and figure out what else can I find in this store to make money. And it just I came in here. Also, my last choice was to get my grandchild some clothes to ship to my daughter. And I was like, baby accessories. Boom. Went in that aisle. Nobody in that aisle sourcing for anything. I went in there, I just cleaned up, man. I mean, it was crazy about, and I'm going to do a video on it to show people like the ranking on that stuff, man. Is like, I mean, it's like when you got to change focus and you go into another arena and just start scanning stuff that you really don't try to sell at all and figure out it's some money in this stuff. I'm like,
well, Buffalo, just saying what you said, a transition had to be made in that store. Right. There was a lot of stuff. When we went in this store, man, with nobody doing none of the stuff we were doing, man. I swear to goodness, I was looking around. I got stuff sitting on my lap. I got stuff sitting on my leg. I'm wheeling around with, it looked like I was a buggy. You dig what I'm saying? I had stuff, trying to find her and my grandson, and she got a buggy full of stuff. She like, we gonna need another buggy. I said, no, just put it on top of me. And we wheeling around the store, man. And it was people, you could see people looking at us like, what? And then when we get to the register, the lady had the nerve to ask us, y'all really spoiling a lot of them grandkids.
Yeah, man. I was trying to get 3 buggies. They will only let me get 2. Damn. They were saying that they had the capacity for that place was 89 people, and they only had 90 buggies. And they was like, we can't let you get another one. So I just kept stacking that stuff up, man. I kept stacking it up. It kept falling. The lady that was in front of me, behind me, kept helping me stack it back up, and until I finally got to the register. But you gonna see, man, when I show you what I found, man, it's gonna blow your mind, man. For the stuff that I found, and with 50% off, I mean, I was super excited, man.
Yeah, it was a killer. It was a killer today. I can honestly say that I felt good about everything we found. I can't complain about nothing. And just to say what Goomba was saying, how he you gotta have that plan, and you gotta make sure you be able to get home and do what you need to do. We listen stuff while we're in the car. So we running them numbers and we listing. We not waiting on nothing. We running numbers and I
usually don't leave the parking lot without listing half of it.
She don't.
That's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it.
Stay right there and just list, man. Yep. Whatever we didn't got right then, we listed. If we can't send it to Amazon or put it on Amazon platform, we list it on eBay. And it's that simple. We not holding no punches when it comes to this. We trying to get it, and we ain't gonna fake it to make it. And I'm telling you the God honest truth. You got to get out here and make something happen. You can't be sitting with your hands.
Right.
No, but you're right, because like I went ahead.
Chris. What's up, Rev Rob? What's up, Rev? Rev Reseller. Reverend Chris in the house today, baby. How you doing?
But I went ahead and I ran to Burlington by me, and I think they've been open for a couple of days, but it was still, they had some areas where they just had tables of stuff, and what happens is the table was right near the line. So the line went across the front of the building and then back all the way. And I don't know what it's like, but like Burlington has some areas of the stores that they basically have walled off, right? So the line went all the way back there. So I'm watching as people are walking around, and they're in their cart, but then they're starting to put stuff where it doesn't belong. So just as you get up to the registers, there's a big, gigantic table. And there is a lot of people. I was watching the people in front of me, the stuff that they I guess had second thoughts on, they're throwing it on this table. So I got up there and I'm looking and I'm like, wait a minute, what is that over there? And I looked, and it was a pair of Disney socks.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, wait a minute, start peeling back all the crap that everybody else threw. Nintendo, Disney, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob, all kinds of, like little, what do you want to call them? I don't just, like advertising type socks with all different types of, cartoon figures and all this stuff on them. So I was like, wait a minute. And they're 50% off. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that whole stack. Thank you. And I threw it right in my shopping cart and everything. So, you just got to, like you said about pivot and everything, because I did the same thing. I went by the toys. There were 2 toys worth getting. Everything else was worth passing up. There was nothing there, and I mean, and toys, looked right on Amazon and stuff, looked in a lot of different areas. But I went to areas of that store that I've never been to before, because I'm like, hey, what's in the pet aisle?
Right.
I mean, I was scanning, I mean, with these long, luscious locks, I was scanning curling irons.
Just I do that all the time. I scan curling irons, blow dryers. I scan all that stuff all the time. I didn't make good money off those things we have, so I scan them all the time. Anytime I'm talking about any place I go and I know they got them, I scan curling irons, blow dryers, and sets, et cetera, et cetera. Straight irons, et cetera, because I know that stuff sell. Women want that stuff. Some of the men want that stuff, So I don't need it, baby. I don't need it.
Eric from Ohio had a question. Have you ever had an inauthentic claim from a discounted store? I have had one. Basically, that's kind of like the bad game that resellers play on Amazon. And I had one of the resellers that wanted to have total control of one listing template, and they put it in on me, and I didn't. I couldn't find I found the receipt, but I didn't have the name of the product on the receipt. So I had to remove it and bring it back home and sold it on probably like 3 months later. I sold it on eBay. But I have had one of those, and you definitely have to be careful about those dealing with discount stores. Now, I can tell you that one of the stores, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Marshall's. They have started to put the name of the item on the receipt now. And I think a lot of the discount stores is making this change because a lot of people been putting in this complaint to them to put the name of the item on the receipt. So I think some stores are starting to make that change. But I had one before, and I had to just pull it. And luckily, I only had one item, so I had to. It was a pair of headphones that I had to bring back, and sold them on eBay.
Well, we did the same ditto that what you said. Ours was some headphones that we got from a department store. It wouldn't even
it was Dillard's.
It was Dillard's, you know what I'm saying?
And the name wasn't on the receipt.
Nope. And if somebody did us like that, they did you.
They said they were not authentic.
Yeah.
And those claims mostly come from other resellers.
Well, that's what the Amazon lady said, though.
Yeah,
that's what she said. She said somebody put in a complaint about us about this product, talking about this was his product. Now, let us go back to that same thing. It had an Amazon sticker on it when we bought it.
from Dillard's. It was from Dillard's department store. I don't know if you guys have that or know what that is there. It's like a Macy's or, you know, something like that.
JCPenney's.
Yeah. A little more.
Dillard's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dillard's when we bought it, and actually when I didn't have the receipt with the name of the headset. However, I forgot that we were doing a video, and I was blatantly showing them and showing the Amazon label and everything else. Had I thought about it, I would have sent that damn video to Amazon, but I didn't forget it.
They kept 2 of them, and we brought the other ones home because we had sold about 4 of them already before anybody said anything. It was a nice headset. We was making good money off of them. They were paused.
If you selling something, let me put it like this right here, Eric from Ohio. If you selling something and the brand itself want to know if you selling something authentic, they're gonna reach out to you. It's not gonna be Amazon. They're gonna come at you to basically give you a warning to remove that crap or prove to them that it's real. And then the next thing you know, you're gonna hear something from Amazon. But if it comes directly from Amazon, that's because another seller has put that in on you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the dirty game that some of them play.
To kind of touch on that subject from an eBay standpoint. So it's like you guys kind of got your T's crossed and your I's dotted, because for the most part, you could bring that receipt, take that receipt, and you kind of got proof. But if you're doing it for eBay, especially if you're going somewhere like a thrift store, and for example, back in the day, like when I first started, my first few months, I came across a Dooney and Burke bag, and it was a vintage green, and did a quick eBay comp, and I was like, oh, I came up. Started hitting up my friend and everything. I was like, dude, I came up. He was like, yeah, just do your research, make sure it's authentic, because you don't want to put something on there and then it gets to them and they look it up, and you know, because if they're looking for something Dooney, they know what Dooney is, and they know it's real Dooney. Right. So I started doing the research, Googling anything I could, and then so the tail of it all was they said look at the patch. And if the patch isn't stitched on, it's glued, and that means it's fake. So I was at work at the time. This is, again, when I first started, I was still working. So I told my manager, I was like, hey, I'm going to run outside real quick. So I went outside, popped my trunk, and I looked at the bag. I was like, please. So I lift up that little label, seeing glue. I was like, oh, hot, yeah. But good thing about it, when you're into these things for a few bucks at the thrift store, it's not a big hit. You know, so, you know, from that standpoint, yeah, if it's on eBay, you don't have the store, kind of like the name, like a Marshall's or Ross, stuff like that you know for sure this stuff's authentic. So when you're at thrift stores or garage sales and stuff like that, and you're doing it for eBay, you just got to do a little bit more research on your own. So so when you're looking at things like that, high ticket items, like designer stuff, just make sure the cost isn't too much. Because you don't want to drop $50 on some, take it home, and then it's bootleg. You know what I'm saying? So, because you exchange money at garage sales. I mean, that's like a handshake. You're not going back asking for a refund.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Right. So,
I say, like, for my experience between going to garage sales and estate sales, which I go mostly to estate sales, but I've been to a few garage sales, and if you see a designer purse at a garage sale, you better do your due diligence. Yeah. To make sure that thing is authentic, man, because it definitely some bootleg ones running around at those garage and yard sales. But at the estate sale, most of the time, the people running those estate sales has already did the authentications on those purses. So that's still... don't do your own due diligence, because they're gonna try to get you like Goomba sale. Kelly Hustle said on that $50, $100 price, and then you get somewhere and try to sell it and find out it was fake. Then it ain't no coming back to the estate sale, because they long gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and it's weird because some of the places don't even realize it. It's like it's amazing that you can go to even some of the consignment stores that are out there, you know, and they don't even realize that they got fake stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the thing is they'll even, you know, if you go to a consignment store, they'll have it priced, like you said, Calvin, in that $40, $50, $60 range. They have no idea, you know, and you know, it's tough because if you know if you're a new seller and you don't know, right, and you don't sit there, and that's what I'm saying. You know, we talk about, you know, the efficiency and doing all that kind of stuff. You know, you drop $50 and you're someone who's brand new. You know, you know, it's a hit financially. But more important, that's a hit mentally, because then from now on, for a while, you're going to start doubting yourself. And, and then you're going to get paralysis analysis, man. Because then you're going to sit there and you're going to look at something for 25 minutes,
right? Because
you don't know whether or not. And the problem is that item might be like a $15 item, but it doesn't make it, you know. So it's, you have to, you know, really, you know, do your research and be comfortable. I mean, you know, be efficient, be comfortable with what you're doing. And, you know, use the, you know, everybody wants to be a millionaire lifeline, man. Phone a friend. Phone a friend.
And you got another thing you got to understand too is just because they have a brick and mortar doesn't make them legit. You know, I mean, those people running those consignment shops, they're in the business to make money as well. And if they can sell something to you that, you know, some shiny object that you want to buy, then they're gonna sell it to you. You know, they're not there to, you know, try to make sure every item they got in their store is authenticated. They just trying to make a sale, just like you and I and every other reseller. We trying to make a sale, you know.
Yeah.
That's just like on the opposite end of that. I have some. We went to an outlet mall and Michael Kors, so I have some genuine Michael Kors wallets, ladies' wallets. That are absolutely beautiful. I left the tags on them. I took pictures of everything. My fear is somebody's going to get it and say it's not authentic. I'm going to be like, but I have the receipts. I have the tags. I have everything. And I even put in my description. And that's, I may be a little bit too anal about it. I'm like, if the tags are off, if anything's off, you're not getting your money back. You're not getting, don't even bother asking.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're Michael Kors. They're really nice ones. And I'm not going to lie, we got them basically next to nothing. It was after Christmas. So, and I'm not really asking a lot for them, but I'm a little nervous. I don't want to send this and somebody try to say, hey, it's not authentic, and try to, you know what I mean?
Somebody try to send you
both ways.
Somebody try to send you their old plastic wallet back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's always you always, depending on how much money you got in this stuff, I mean, you always want to make sure, because it's money. I know one time I almost picked up some Yeezys. Well, I thought they were Yeezys, but I almost picked them up at Goodwill. But I literally got stuck on these shoes inside Goodwill for like 30 minutes, looking up anything I could, because I knew if I would have hit on those, that would have been worth the 30 minutes. And you know, I came to the conclusion that they weren't real. And I wasn't 100%, but all the chips were leaning to they were bootleg. So I left them behind. But yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta leave stuff behind, and then, you know, depending on how much money you got into something, you just, you know, taking extra steps, like you said. If you want to be anal, paranoid, whatever it is, I mean,
I have so many pictures of those dang wallets.
Yeah, you know, like to me, when I spend my money, I look at it. I want what I got coming back plus a little bit more. You did.
Of course.
Now, if I spend a little bit, I want to make something back.
You got a good deal on those.
You know, I'm not trying to just spend nothing and make my money back. I need a profit out of all my margins. Now, if I have to take on something, as long as I get my money back, I'm cool on that. You did. I let that slide out the door and try not to make that same mistake twice. But when we spend this money around in the Glass City, we trying to get double or triple the money, and I'm not being greedy. I'm just being needy, and I'm just telling like.
Hey, let me give a shout out to let me give a shout out to the chat room, fellas, and ladies. I want to give a shout out to Reverend Resales. Thank y'all for coming out. Westside Gary, thank you for coming out. Thank you to Millionaires. He was on the show last week. Thank you for coming out. Who else we got here? Simply Dana, thank you for coming out. Then I see Cali Baker in here. Cali. Okay, Vasquez Vintage, thank you for coming out. I'm trying to get Vasquez on the show.
We're gonna try to get you your glasses, T, because you ain't seeing right. We're gonna put, hey, we're gonna like look. Here we go. Hold on.
What? I'm missing somebody?
Hold on. Hold on.
You're squinting.
I see you
Maggie
squinting.
Doodle.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that comes with old age, man.
Hey man, it get greater later.
Thank you for coming through. Yeah, let me speak about Cali Picker. Probably about 2 months ago, Cali Picker had made a comment about, you know, when you at Walmart and you make a purchase, you really don't have to show them your receipt as you walk out the store. So I was like, you know, I was telling Cali, I was like, yeah, that might be good for you, you know, but it ain't gonna be good for me. But you know, after, you know, when somebody tell me something, I definitely go and do my research. And I did a little research on it and found out that, you know, Cali Picker was right, that, you know, they have no right to check your receipt unless they suspect you
thievery.
Yeah, stealing or something. So so when I was walking out, once I did my due diligence, figure out that they don't have the authority to check your receipt because you haven't signed a contract with them to do that. And they violating your right. Once you pay for your products, it's pretty much you done did your deal with Walmart. So when I was walking out the store, you know, I'm just walking past the guy and he was like, excuse me, let me check your receipt. I was like, do you suspect me for shoplifting? And he was like, no, just, you know, you got stuff that's not in a bag. I said, yeah, but I just, you know, did my contract with Walmart once I paid at the register. I said, now, if you suspect me of stealing, I said, you can have my receipt. But other than that, you're not authorized to have my receipt. And then he was like, well, it's the Walmart policy. I was like, no, it's not. That's your policy can't override the United States Bills of Rights. And he was like, oh, well, sir, have a nice day. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to Cali. Thank you for that, man. I was you know, after doing my due diligence, man, I mean, you 100% right, man. Anytime you give up your rights, man, that's your fault. That's not no one else's fault. And you know, every time you get that receipt to that screener, you giving up your rights to Walmart. You know,
but you know, hey Buffalo, that when you told me that story, I couldn't do nothing but bust out laughing because I'm looking at them like, well, I bet you they looking like, man,
hey,
I'm leave this dude alone because he all swollen. And then he got 1,400 Barbies in here. I don't know what might be going on. So I'm gonna leave the man alone. I was thinking in my little PI here. I said, look at this Buffalo that got 29 Barbies. He got to give the receipt. And he's like, no, I ain't giving up the receipt. What you need my receipt for?
I was very tactful with the guy.
I know you was.
But the thing was, it opened up the lady behind me eyes to like, you know, you didn't take his receipt. Why you need mine? You know,
right?
Yeah, hey, I was long gone at that. Rail said he tried that too, but he had to take off running.
Well, I know that was trying to save me.
Hopefully, Rev didn't have to jump over anything when he was running.
Man. Hey, man. Hey, you know, sometimes the things you don't know until you go do your due diligence, like you said, man, and you be like, man, all this time I've been getting stopped by these fools and I'm giving them my receipts. You stopping up my progress. You did. I could have been going about my business. You stopped me talking about, let me see a receipt. You did.
All right, Cali Picker, 82nd Airborne. Appreciate you, man.
Salute you. And I hope you're doing good in your new crib too, man. I'm gonna give you a holler later on, man. Holler at you, see how you doing, brother. Yes, sir. But yeah, man.
Rocket said he told him that they better not touch his property or his receipt. Okay, so so anybody else did anything, you know, exciting this weekend this week as a reseller? You know, on the reselling side, like, you know, any special hustles that you came across, you know, if you do, just go ahead and kind of talk about it a little bit.
Hey, you know, we're going to get it out the way, but let the guests go ahead and go first.
Yeah. So I got a couple. So it's hard for me to move around like I want to move around right now. I'm still moving, but my kids, they're at home, no school. So I'm, playing that full-time dad right now as well. So I'm not trying to take them out to stores. Garage sales were out and about, so I don't mind that too much. But inside stores, I'm trying to keep that limited. So right now, I've just been sourcing on Facebook any opportunity I get. So there's a few items that I popped on Facebook this week, and then one of our local thrift stores during like the heat of the pandemic around here, they set up an online store, which I had already sourced from a few times. So on their Facebook page, they had showed a few pictures, and I got the item, and I'll do it for the show and tell part. But they showed a few pictures of stuff they're going to have new inside the store. And I was like, damn, well, I'm not going to be able to go to the store with these kids. So I was like, let me message them and see if they could throw it on their online store. That way I could buy it. So I messaged them, boom, through Facebook Messenger. And they say, yeah, which item was it? And I was like, it's this one. So they said, all right, let us put it on the store. We'll message you as soon as you get it back, or as soon as we get it up there and you can buy it. So boom, they messaged me back saying it's up and running. Went on there, ordered it, and I was able to go pick it up. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the things right now that's big is, especially when I'm not able to move around like I want to, you got to look for other avenues. You still got to be out there with your eyes open, because there's always going to be deals out there, but you just got to keep your eyes open. And the minute you don't keep your eyes open, once you close them, somebody else is coming in and taking that deal from you. So you got to keep your eyes open.
Yep, that's for sure.
What was you gonna say?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So this week we got I know that that Buffalo Picker is the king of Barbies.
Barbie King.
We also collect Barbies and sell them. And this week I did get a nice bunch of Barbies from a girl on Facebook Marketplace for basically next to nothing. Yeah. And then I asked her if she had any more, and she's like, well, yeah, I've got a whole bunch at my mom's house. I'm like, my number and call me. So that was a good deal this week.
Yeah. It's always good. It's always good when you can find somebody that have multiple quantities of stuff. Yeah. And then, knowing as a reseller that you always got to ask the right questions. You may be going to do the Barbies, but my question is, do you have anything else to sell? Or do you know somebody else trying to sell stuff? You always got to ask the right questions, and it may open up more doors. But yeah, that was a good find with you all, Glass City, on those Barbies.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Well, you got to go outside the box, man. When you're dealing in this business, you can't just stay one straight lane. You'll be missing out on so much. Yep. It'd be pitiful, Yeah,
so, there's nothing cookie cutter about this, man. If you try to stay cookie cutter, you're gonna be lost, man. You're gonna get way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Goomba?
So I this week has been interesting. So we decided that we would have to do some cleaning out of the garage and everything. So I had some stuff in there that I started throwing up on Facebook Marketplace, man. And I was like, my phone was blowing up. And I was, it's funny. I had, we had a cabinet that we had purchased from a Goodwill for like $15 that my daughter, put in her college dorm, and then she graduated, moved on, didn't need it anymore, brought it home. It was sitting there, but we had painted it and did some other stuff to it, and I sold it for $45. I had a couple of bicycles, and I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking. I mean, I've been in Walmart since and walking around, and I was not thinking. And I had an old bike in the garage. It was my son's bike, and it was in great condition and everything. And I threw it up. And I'm telling you, within 20 minutes, I must have had 15, 18 people ask me, is it available? Is it available? Is it available? And it was one guy who was like, man, I would really like it. And I was like, fine, no problem. But I told the guy, so that I messaged the guy back, and I'm like, look, I know you're coming, from the other side of the county. Are you really interested? Because if not, I got somebody else who's really interested. And he's like, I'm leaving my house now. And I had a price at a good price. Yeah, and I had a price at a good price, and I'm thinking, and I wasn't thinking, I'm like, man, I can't believe everybody wants this bike. I mean, it's like, what? And then I went to Walmart, and I was like, oh, crap, no wonder why. there's no bikes to be bought. I was like, man, I probably got more, but and actually just before the show, I made another local sale. Then I went to I did hit an estate sale on Sunday and picked up a couple things like that and stuff. But it's just trying different things. It's a lot. It's there's a lot of stores in this area, but there's also a lot of resellers in this area. So stuff goes fast, and where I am, stuff goes really, really fast.
You gotta get that boot camp. Gotta get out on that boot camp.
You definitely can't have the misconception there, and most resellers have, is that because that reseller is not on YouTube, I'm the only reseller in the area.
Right.
There's a lot of people in the shadows. I mean, I used to be in the shadows, so I know it's a lot of resellers out here, but I try to like Kelly Hustle said, is I try to keep involved with myself. I try to keep the eyes open. If I'm not out sourcing in a store, I'm on the internet looking for hustles. So I'm always trying to find avenues to make money, in this flipping game. For me, this week for me has been a real busy week for me. I was able to create 2 videos, even though I only published 1. So I'm probably going to push that other one out tomorrow. I was able to source some stores, and I did that one video on Monday. I did the sourcing on Sunday and Monday, and I did the video Monday evening and post that video on Tuesday. So that was real good for me, because normally once I go out and source, I'll probably post a video 3-4, maybe a week later, 3-4 days or a week later. But for me to be able to post that video there, 2 days or a day and a half after sourcing was great. And also too, Wednesday I won auctions for $350 and $300 on 2 separate liquidation pallets, and I picked those up today. I did a little Instagram video on that, and those items, one of those items, I calculated where I'm gonna, as of the price stand right now, because I'm not selling it right now, I'm gonna sell it for Q4. This is a toy game for Game of Thrones. Right now, I probably can make about a $10 to $11 profit off of it, but I'm gonna hold on to it. But if I did sell it and all of them sold, because it has a good rank in toys, if all of them sold today for $300, I would make $3,200 off of that one pallet.
Sheesh.
So that's just the gains, but I do have Google like the Febreze. I have Febreze, and you can look this up. You can. I'm not. I try to be transparent in most of the stuff that I do. Some of the stuff I have to keep it to my chest, but this stuff here, I don't mind telling people about it. The Febreze is about it's about 2,000 ranked on Amazon right now for a 2-pack, and I got 40 cases of that stuff. So, and the point I'm trying to make here, not trying to brag at all, I'm just trying to make a point, is the better you get in reselling, because the Buffalo Picker a year ago wouldn't have made the decisions that I made this week. I would have been all over the place. Like, all I want to do is make a profit, now.
Yeah.
Because I got better with what I do, I try to be selective. I try to, drill down into that product to make sure that once I make this purchase, I'm gonna make some good money off of the item. So lucky for me, well, I won't say lucky for me, I'm gonna say the blessings for me was that the people that I was competing against didn't want to put that much money into the product, so yeah, but on
eBay too.
So the last thing I'm going to say about this is that if you out there listening, if you want to become a effective reseller in this resale game, you got to get into liquidations. You got to get into it. The profit margins are crazy.
Yeah, and I tell you, you make a good point about the, for the longest time, especially when I first started, man, spending, double figures on something was like, oh man, oh, you want me to spend 12? Oh, 12, you want 12? Oh boy. I mean, and it's like, man, holy cow. And it's true. When you're brand new, you're like, man, no. I got $1 or $2. I ain't spending no $12. You're out of your doggone mind. I could buy 6 $2 items.
Yeah.
And you have to get out of that mentality.
Oh yeah.
And spend, the money. I mean, I remember the first, big thing that I spent. I spent $60 on a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And it scared the crap out of me to go ahead and hand that money over. But I phoned a friend, and that friend said, "Look, you're gonna do fine. Go right ahead, do it." Those shoes sold for $245. So I was like, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, as long as I do the research, as long as I'm smart about it, I can spend some money, to make good money.
Definitely. Yeah. They say scared money don't make money, right?
See, me personally, I'm so much of a risk taker. I don't care. If I really truly believe in what we doing, I don't mind spending the money. That's not my problem. My problem is I don't want nobody to talk about you price gouging me. You're doing this and you're doing that, because I didn't spend my money, then had to go to get this stuff and everything else. So think about me a little bit. They
don't care.
Amazon, they take fees. eBay, them got their little fees. Everybody in our pocket. But you even trying to be in our pocket telling me I'm price gouging you for something that I'm not. So you got to take a risk, man. This game is take risks, man. You shall reap the benefits.
Yep.
Especially if you do your research, and it'll come out. You'll come out with a win, man, every time. And I'm not spend no money. That ain't never been me.
Lone Star got a question for any one of us, and if somebody want to jump on it, you can. If not, I'll take care. The question is, what is the best way to start with liquidation in your area?
I haven't done it yet, so I can't answer.
Okay.
Okay. We ain't done it like that, like Buffalo, but the little things that we did, we went outside our area to get stuff. So in our area, no, we haven't did any liquidating in our own area, but we have went outside our area, and it's just to do the research on the stuff that you're going to get, or who you getting it from. You know what I mean? That's what we did when Buffalo turned us on to this spot. We took our chance and said, "Hey, we just gonna go ahead and go see what we can do." We didn't worry about, oh man, how much money we gonna spend or none of that. We had a set budget, but if we'd have went over that budget, we'd have been okay. But in our town right now, you really gotta what you want to say? Know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. So it's really skin
We're in
picking.
Ohio, so we usually have to honestly go to Michigan, Indiana, Pennsylvania. We
travel. We travel.
There's nothing here.
So
so I can say, Lone Star, basically, you can start out with Facebook. It's Facebook groups out there that people like to post for liquidations. You can go to Google and Google your area for liquidations. Now I can tell you this, it's only a few good ones out there. It's some bad liquidation places out there too. And you got to know what you're looking for. What I would recommend to you is be kind of on your P's and Q's when people start talking about Walmart liquidations. You don't want to go in and drop a whole lot of money into those type of pallets because it's more junk than good stuff in those. Unless you a fixer-upper type person, you definitely don't want to invest no money into those type pallets. You want to look for stuff that, basically the liquidation places that I go to,
I heard you.
I look for places that you can sell new out the box, just like if you would go to a Walmart store or Target store, and you see that item on the shelf. That's what I look for. If it doesn't have that condition, I don't even touch it. I don't want no tore up, beat up boxes. I want items that that you could go to any store at any day and find that item on the shelf. That's the condition that I look for. So the places that I deal with, that 95% of the stuff that they sell is in that condition. So if you can find those type places in your area, those are the places you want to take a chance with and do business.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I haven't really tried looking for any liquidation, but kind of like you said, Buffalo, I just recently joined it's in Iowa, but they are just started a liquidation group on Iowa or on Facebook. And so I did join just to have them in my back pocket. And I've gone on sites like liquidation.com and all that stuff just to have that stuff in my back pocket. So eventually, when I'm ready to either get into Amazon, or I got a buddy who I kind of got into this business with during the same time, we're always talking about possibly getting a area where we can have a storefront and work out of our, like a warehouse or something. And the properties in Iowa for like leasing, renting, whatever, is dirt cheap. I mean, we live in the middle of Iowa, so property's cheap. So we can definitely make something like that happen. So I'm always keeping stuff like that in my back pocket, but I haven't like really took that step to actually make a move on that stuff just yet.
Yeah,
it's a place here in my area, in that business model that you just mentioned, Cali Hustle. Only thing I can say, in that business model, you definitely want to make sure that your customers get good deals, because the person here, basically, he's still making money. Now, I can't take that away from him. He's still making money, but I think he's making money off of people that don't know any other avenue to go to find the stuff that he sells. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that he has a reputation of, cherry picking the pallets and then putting them back together and selling them to the customer. So he lost a lot of his customers as well with that. Yeah. Now, only thing I can say about that is, if you're going to have a storefront in the warehouse as well, like what's the place you all went, Glass City?
Barton.
Like Barton do the same thing, but they got a great reputation. This guy, he got a bad reputation. So you want to be leery of that too. Kind of make sure that
that's doing your research. And then like we was listening to we didn't had our guy Devil Dog on the show, and Devil Dog Treasure Hunter. If nobody heard of him, go check him out. I know 9 times out of 10 y'all didn't heard of him, but some of the things that he had put out there about how he do his thing with his store, hey, that might be a good idea for you to jump in when you get ready. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that too. I really do. I want to make sure that we be able to have the storefront and be still getting good stuff coming in, and we can be able to sell it to other people. But like Buffalo said, you got to be transparent with people, and you can't be beating your people, because I want my name. I want Glass City Picker name to stay bona fide. I don't want it to be moved. So I want people to keep coming back to me if we ever get to that stage. And I believe we will if we keep going and putting our goals in front of us. I believe we'll get to that stage one day. But right now, I'm so happy that it's Friday. Thank you all and sisters for all coming and hang out with us. I love this hustle, man. I swear to y'all, this hustle. I've been sicker than a dog, man, all week, man. I've been sicker than a dog, man. Yeah. But when my wife would say, I'm getting off at 12 today, only thing I can think about, we go hit some stones. That's all I didn't think about going to get poked on, probed on. I didn't think about none of that, man. Only thing I was thinking about, man, we finna hit some stores, man. We finna get some money. You know, that's only thing.
Hey, let me put this out to the chat. Lone Star, appreciate the question that you had throughout the show. The questions that you had throughout the show. Anybody else got any questions for anybody on the panel? Go ahead and pose your questions. If you have any concerns about reselling, or you stuck somewhere in reselling, pose your questions, because we're gonna eventually, the next few minutes, bring this show to an end. So don't leave without asking your questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll take this time out to answer your question. And we're gonna also get ready to do the show and tell portion of this show.
So, Buffalo, when you're looking at liquidators, I'm assuming that there are some that you have to be a business to do business with them, correct? They're not all created equal, right?
Well, in Georgia, I deal with two types of liquidators. You got the ones that you got to have your business license and your sales certificate. And then I deal with others that you just basically got to have your sales certificate, so that you can get the tax exemptions or whatever. Now, I can tell you this right here is, once you get that sales certificate, you're no longer in the shadows as a reseller. The state gonna have their hand out, wear mines,
Yeah.
I mean, but they're gonna eventually come with success anyway, because the thing is once you hit a certain margin with eBay or Amazon, that 1099 going to the IRS anyway. So it's no need to me. I understood earlier, there's no need to stay in the shadows as a reseller. Get your business in order, so that you can prosper. The longer you wait to get your business in order, the more you walking in place.
I got something to that real quick.
Alex, fat man, no, man, I look at you as inspiration, brother.
So just a quick little tip. So I'm horrible with bookkeeping, and I'm not trying to give no accounting advice at all. But here's some simple stuff I would recommend. Have a bank account that's designated strictly to reseller, because if you're not good at putting in stuff on like spreadsheets and all that stuff, which I have one, my buddy sent me kind of like a template or a format, whatever. But keep stuff like this, one at home and keep one in the car. Whenever I go out, I'm writing my gas, how many mileages I did. I'm keeping all my receipts, how much I spent, how much of money I took out the bank. And I'm keeping my numbers on there, keeping my receipts. And then if you have that bank account, pretty much the accountant can go into the bank account and he sees all money coming in and out. So, that kind of helps keep things simple. So when it comes to like taxes and stuff, don't be scared of them. Don't shy away from them. Try to keep it simple. I mean, you can really get intricate with like itemizing every single item and stuff like that. And that's cool. But for me, I hate numbers unless it's counting money. So if I'm not counting money, I don't really like doing math and stuff like that. So I try to keep it simple when it comes to that. Keeping notebooks around and just making sure you're noting everything. Because if you have stuff on paper, you can always go back to the spreadsheet and put it in.
Yeah.
But if you don't have stuff written down, then you gotta think and go back and find receipts. So at least keep your receipts. If you got a bank account designated for reselling, it makes things a lot easier.
So let me piggyback on that, Cali Hustle. Is the and this the method that I use, and I'm not saying it's a wrong or right method. I'm just throwing this out here for anybody that's listening. Is that the best way is to legitimize your business, get your business license, get your sales certificate, go to the bank, which the only thing you're going to need is your business license. Go to the bank, open up your business account. They're going to give you a card, and you run everything in your business through that card, just like Cali Hustle said is most of these banks that have the business account, they already have a program that they know you're going to need at the end of the year to turn over to the tax person. So that is the most simplest way. Get your gas on that card. You know, you're going to take your wife out to eat. Take your wife out to eat on that card because you can write that off as a business.
Yep.
Or take half of those dinners and write them off as a business meeting. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, IRS already know this.
No. I'm going to make a good point. I just let me. So, my daughter just got into a special master's program in Blacksburg, Virginia, and next weekend we are going up there. I have a hotel and everything. I'm going to take care of my mileage. I'm taking my hotel. And when I go there, I'm going to hit a couple of thrift stores and do my business and put all that stuff on that charge. And I'm turning it into a little mini business trip.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
We do all the time.
The thing is the sooner a reseller learn this, the more they're going to understand that they've been losing out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so many benefits for people. Don't go into businesses to lose money or give all their money back to the IRS. I mean, nobody do that, so it's a whole bunch of benefits as a business owner, which we are once you legitimize your business. If you've been, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off of it. If your business is not legitimized, you just a hustler. It's just a side hustle, until the IRS come knocking on your door saying, hey, we know you got a 1099. You made $22,000 when we want 12 of it. So you might as well go ahead, find out the things you need to do, legitimize your business, get that stuff out the way, and then start reaping the benefits of having being a business owner. So I ain't throwing no shade at nobody.
One thing my uncle always told me this from when I was young. He was like, no matter what you do, make sure you got your paperwork right. Keep your paperwork right. So if you got your paperwork right, you can always go back to it and be good.
I got an envelope. I got a folder I got from Walmart. Yeah. It says April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It got them all in there. February, all of it. We got it all. Every receipt every month.
Yeah.
It's going in its own slot.
Yeah.
Every receipt from every month. So I told myself, long as we got these paperwork together, everything gonna work itself out.
Yes,
and
sir.
You gotta have your thing together so you don't get took up top.
Right.
So, hey man, I want to tell Long Star, thanks, man. God got me, man. So who that Long Star? Lone Star. Okay, let me get a loan. Lone Star. I want to tell you
that loan.
Hey, God got me, man. So everything gonna be all right. Fat Man the Flipper, what's going on? And the rest of y'all that came out to enjoy us, man, and join us, we appreciate y'all. God bless y'all all, bro.
Yeah. David Collier. I was automatic ungated in Barbies. I mean, Amazon, I sold a few on Amazon of the ones that I could sell, and Amazon just opened me up, man. So I guess they knew, I was supposed to be selling Barbies. But I didn't get a distributor or nothing like that to get ungated in Barbies. I did after I was ungated because it's separate. And on Amazon, you can be ungated in Mattel, but not ungated in Barbie. Yeah. Although, Mattel is the manufacturer. So, so those don't get that confused. And the same with Hot Wheel, you can be ungated in Mattel, but not ungated in Hot Wheel, So that's the tricky thing about Amazon is that I did have to get distributors to get a authorized distributor to get me ungated in those things.
You got layers.
My charger real quick.
Yeah.
So grab my charger.
Tesla Picker, what's going on?
Hey, Tesla, thank you for coming out, man. Best offer queen. Thank you for coming out, Laura.
BOQ.
Thank you for coming out. So we're gonna go ahead and if it ain't no additional questions, we're gonna go ahead and go into the show and tell of this show. And we're gonna close it out. So see, long story.
I only got a few things, Buffalo.
Go ahead.
I only got a few things, man. Hey, blow me up, Buffalo. Blow me up.
Let me get man. I'm
time, Buffalo.
Sorry about that.
That's all right, my brother.
Yeah.
Check this out. Y'all see that? Can y'all y'all see who that is, right?
You got the sheep.
Yeah, that's the Toy Story. Can y'all hear him? Hold on. So we got this. As Buffalo didn't already put it out there, we got this from Burlington as well. Man, 50%.
Was that at Burlington or Walmart?
Burlington.
For real? Okay.
We got some of these at Burlington and we got some at Walmart. Sorry, Buffalo. We did find some of these at Burlington and we got some at Walmart. And the thing we found at Burlington was today.
Right.
But it was 50% off. And the ones we found at Walmart was a great deal too. So if anywhere it went, it was still a good deal. You know what I'm saying? So we got this Toy Story right here. For, like I said, it was a little bit of nothing when we all came down. I think we paid $5 or lesser than that for this one. This was from Burlington, Buffalo. These two, we got two.
That people are doing a bundle with those as well.
Here it is, right here. Here it is, Big B. Here it is.
There you go.
We got this. We bundled them both. We bundled these two. We put them on eBay. We got a couple on Amazon. You know, different because we went bundling them on Amazon. So we just put them differently because we are able to sell Toy Story on Amazon. So these are the few things that we did put on there. We have a couple more Buzz Lightyear thing cars and Woody cars we have found and stuff from Walmart. But a couple these things, two of these we found from like I said, from Burlington today. And
are you bundling those on just on eBay, or are they a bundle on Amazon?
When we looked today, I can't say if my wife seen a bundle ship, but I know we seen them separately and they was going for a good price. So we just went on and split them up on Amazon, but we cross-dressing them anyway. So we putting them on eBay and we putting them on Amazon. So the bundle was on eBay and we getting a little bit more with that bundle on eBay. So if they don't jump like we want them to when we get ready to send them into Amazon, if they don't jump like that, we're going to just go ahead and bundle whatever we got left. And we got a lot of them. So we're going to bundle them up together and sell them on eBay.
Very good.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Thank y'all.
All right. Anybody else got anything?
No, but I don't need disappearing.
Let me grab it real quick.
5 grandkids here.
Only 5?
Only. Does anybody have anybody else that wants to come over? I mean, Nana and Papa don't do anything anyway, right? So.
None.
All right. Perfect. All right. So this one, both of these kind of came through Facebook. So the first one, seen the post on Facebook Marketplace. The chick wanted $10. Of course, I'm always shooting back an offer at least half. So I said, "Would you do 5?" She said, "Absolutely." So it's this thing right here. It's like a scrubber, mop scrubber sort of thing.
Right.
$5. I looked up the comp, and that's going for about $40 to $50 on eBay. It's brand new. It is open box, but it is brand new. So that'll go good. And then that thing that I was telling you about from the thrift store is this right here. So it's called Mystic Tray. So it's kind of like Ouija, I guess.
Right.
But it's old school, vintage. So I seen this. They said it was going to be in the thrift store for $5. I don't know if you can see that. So instantly looked up the comp, and a recent comp on this one right now. Mine is in a little bit more kind of rough condition, but I'll probably the recent comp on this was about $150. So I'll probably list this
without the box.
Without the box.
Wow.
So
Dang.
No. Excuse me. It was like $150 with the box.
Okay.
But I seen a couple of these without the box for like 120, to 120.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll probably list that at, probably just to get it off quick. I'll probably list it at 100, 115. But those are my two items. Again, just keep my eyes peeled to Facebook Marketplace. I should get $10. Should get me, $150, in profit.
That's good hustling. That's good hustling
right there. That's balling on blessings right there. That's a real one right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good hustling right there. Google, you have anything for us?
Yeah, I got about, I don't know, probably about 100 things. Hey, I'm not joking, man. So I made a video. You'll see some of this stuff, but this is the magic bullet, baby bullet, and
right.
Always look at this stuff and see what it is. Now, this is not complete, and I'm 100% okay with that because there's 8 things in this box that are still all factory wrapped. So this is still brand new. So I paid $8 as a whole, and I found 3 of the items already on eBay, and this one alone I think sells for about 20 something. So once I sell that one, I'm in the gravy, and and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you getting comments in the chat about that item.
Oh, cool. All right, and I'm telling, and so. Tommy mentioned them, and Tommy helped me out more than I told him thank you. I'm so many times and everything, but Happy Meal Barbies and everything, and I wasn't joking around when I said I got about 100 things to go ahead and show you, because I got this IKEA bag that is filled with approximately 85 to 90 of those original packaging from 1990, 91, and 1992.
Mm.
Sweet.
And and looking at you can set them up. I think the 1992 ones, you put their set together, and their set goes for about $16. So I got 80 cents into each one. So that'll be pretty good. And one last thing, you don't have to put me on screen or anything. I don't know. Nikki T probably still in there.
Oh,
that's nice, man.
And Nikki T has convinced me, and Pittsburgh has convinced me I'm going to try and do a live opening with those.
Right.
It'll be my first live by myself. I'll be really, really nervous, but I think that's what I'm going to do it.
Well, you got the right cards.
Hey, make sure you advertise it well, man, so you get some people in to watch. I'm definitely going to make sure I be there. Take a look.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm going to offer the first offer. I'm going to offer the first offer right now, live right now. I'm going to give you the first offer. I got $60 for you right now.
I want to give a shout out to.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm sorry.
I heard that.
Hey, let me give a shout out to Ben Flipping Goods, man. I haven't seen him in a while. Thank you for coming out to the show. Appreciate you. So I don't. Most of the stuff that I have. I talked about it, the liquidation stuff. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on my haul from Burlington. So all that stuff is in the 2 garages. I got the Burlington out in my main garage, and I got the liquidation out in my other garage. So I didn't bring none of that stuff to the show, but I definitely gonna do a show and tell for the video and let everybody see the items that I have, and hopefully I can inspire some people out here that sitting on the fence to get into liquidation, to see that it's some money to be made in that stuff,
right?
And let you see that what you can buy at 50% off at Burlington, because all the Burlingtons throughout the United States are not open yet. You had a few open in the Atlanta metro area, but the one I went to today, they was probably one of the last ones to open, and I'm not sure if it ain't a few more that hasn't opened yet. But I know in some states, you starting to open back up, and your Burlington is not open. But I can tell you, when they do open, they are 50% off. So, and a caveat to that too is, don't be surprised if you don't find a whole lot of stuff in the store, because Burlington is giving their employees first shot at that stuff. Yeah,
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but just not to give all misinformation.
A Burlington that I went to the other day when Chris had his procedure, everything was 50% off. The one right down the street from us,
right?
It got signs out there saying 50% off, but 90% of it was 25%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
25%. Yep.
Yeah. Well, all the ones in Georgia that I've been to is 50% off. I've been
we could hit Michigan pretty soon.
Yeah,
so
they 50% off. So yeah, if you don't mind driving and you buy a neighboring state that just opened them back up,
yeah,
I mean, try to be the first in line, man.
Yeah.
Tell you, because if you're in Georgia, all the rosters are opening back up Sunday morning. That's just a little news I want to put out there to anybody in Georgia.
Yeah.
They are opening back up Sunday morning.
We have to drive to Pennsylvania to get to a Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey guys, if y'all got anything you want to put out here about your shows or about what you're doing, you can go ahead and put it out right now for the audience.
We got our show coming back Tuesday. We'll be back live, jumping off Tuesday.
What time?
7:30. Go ahead.
I want to say thank you and hi to everyone that said hi to us that I haven't been paying attention to because I got 5 grandkids here. Just I didn't mean to miss over you if I didn't say hi, and we just thanks for coming to join us.
Yes, thank you. So we'll be on Tuesday night at 7:30 live with our usual guest, Buffalo, and we're gonna have a couple special guests coming and slide down on us too. So stay tuned to that Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all plug everything you want to plug so that people know to follow you, to keep up with you, what to expect that's coming. I know Goomba already talked about the cards deal. Definitely gonna support you on that.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead, fellas. Anything you want to plug?
So I got myself, John Nevermore Antiques, and Oscar El Cubanazo do that reselling show Wednesday nights. We rotate. It starts at 10 p.m. We rotate on different channels. We'll be on Oscar's channel on this coming Wednesday, and just trying. I'm slowly but surely, doing some more. Dropping some more videos on my channel to try and stay more current, giving more content, and trying to be more be out there some more and everything, and just trying to give back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, pretty much the same. So usually I'm trying to get a video out every third day. Is what I've been doing right now. So that's me as far as my channel goes. So I just started doing premieres. I haven't hit my own personal live yet, so I want to do that here sometime soon. But then I do have a show that I do with the Nurse Flipper Cat, Chris from Flip with Chris, and then we usually have another guest on Tuesday nights as well. So we got that going on, and that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, just trying to stay consistent with the content here on YouTube, and again, just trying to learn as much as I can from everyone in the community. I think we can definitely all, learn from each other and get out there and get this money. I mean, I think it's plenty enough money to go around for everyone, so it's not, we don't have to be so competitive. Obviously, there's competition, and I think that helps makes things fun. But as far as the money goes, there's enough money out here for all of us to get it. So just stay consistent, man. Keep pushing. We're gonna have those bad days, ups, downs. When entrepreneurship, man, that's what it's all about. So just keep pushing and get to this money, man, because it's out there.
Right. Good. Well said, man. Well said. And definitely, when you get your show up and running, man, I want to be a guest on your show.
Most definitely.
So I want to let everybody know that in the audience, I appreciate you all coming out to support my show continuously on Fridays at 7:30. I try to get guys in here and girls that are going to be transparent about what they do in reselling, because that's what I built my show off of, just being transparent. And I concur with everything that the people on the panel have said. There is enough money for everybody in this business to make money. In this community that we are building, I mean, if you want to accept it or not, we are building a community, and this community is getting strong. With every person that coming into this community is just making it stronger and stronger. All of us can benefit from that. So
Yes,
with
sir.
that said, I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Buffalo Picker Show. Still a nation.
Still a nation, baby. Let's ride. Here we go.
Yes,
Here we go.